Hello friends, welcome back to the Dethroned YouTube channel. In this video I will show you an insanely overpowered TH11 attack strategy that is easy to use and beginner friendly. Of course I'm talking about the Electro Dragon strategy that is capable of wiping out max Town Hall 11 bases in less than 2 minutes. This army is suitable for clan wars, clan war leagues, trophy pushing and even farming. The mistake most players do is that they just spam the Electro Dragons and the attack goes horrible, resulting in some hatred towards this strategy. So today I will teach you how to execute the mass Electro Dragon attack properly and bring home 3 stars in every single raid. Okay, now let's get to the troop composition. The army consists of 7 Electro Dragons, 8 balloons, a baby dragon, 4 rage spells, and 3 freeze spells. In the clan castle you need an electro, a balloon, and 2 freeze spells along with a stone slammer. You can swap a freeze spell for a poison if you want. Now let's get to the tutorial. This is a max Town Hall 11 base with max heroes, max air defenses, max eagle artillery and max infernos. But that should not be our main focus. The first thing we need to consider in an electro attack are the air sweepers. Here they are facing towards these directions. So the best way to attack this base is going through this path, which is relatively unaffected by the sweepers. To create that path we need to create a funnel by deploying our Electro Dragon at 9 o'clock and our heroes at 6 o'clock. Once the funnel is established, we can deploy the remaining electros, balloons and Grand Warden into the base. We should drop the rage spells back to back as the electros progress through the base. We should use the freeze spells on single target infernos, air defenses, sweepers, eagle artillery, or the enemy queen according to the situation. I will give you more information about the siege machine placement during the raid. Okay, now let's start the action. We have deployed the super wall breaker, followed by our heroes. And an Electro Dragon on the other side. Don't worry, this is the only time I will be using a super wall breaker in this video. It's just to show you how to deal with bases that have wall segments placed at the corners. Now let's give our troops some time to clear up the buildings to the sides. We will deploy our remaining units only when enough funnel is created. The most important step is to use the Grand Warden ability early in the attack. You should use the ability right before the first eagle artillery shells strike our dragons. I always use Warden ability in electro attacks at TH11 as it covers almost all of our troops and helps them push through the defenses and traps and reach the core with full health and insane momentum with the help of rage spells. Doing this helps in keeping a large number of troops alive towards the end of the raid. As you can see, our stone slammer has taken down the whole left side of the base because we deployed it a bit away from our main army. I will tell you more about that in the coming attacks. I will also explain the rage spell placements, so keep watching, and I will teach you how to become a master of this strategy. We have plenty of time left in the timer. This will be the case in all 6 attacks in this video, because this army can steamroll a base really fast. Take a look at this base. The air sweepers are pointing to these directions, so if we attack from this side our electros will wreck the base with very little resistance. Alright, let's start by deploying our Electro Dragon at 9 o'clock, followed by our heroes at 6 o'clock. And as always give them a few seconds so they can clear some buildings to the sides. While deploying the main squad, I recommend using the balloons first. Deploy them in a row in front of the Electro Dragons so they can scout for seeking air mines. The balloons that survive will get protected by the Grand Warden ability in a few seconds. Let me give you a tip. Use all the rage spells in the first half of the attack. The logic is simple. The early rage spells covers almost all of our troops, continuously boosting the chain damage of the electros and helps them rain down absolute destruction in the core of the base, tearing down the key defenses. That along with the Warden ability keeps most of our electros alive to clear the remaining half of the base. So there's no point in holding onto the rage spells. Now let's focus on the siege machine. As I said earlier, use it on a site away from the main pack. Don't deploy it right behind the electros, it will lose its value as it will just trail behind them without being able to throw a single shot. So just let it move in its own path and it'll make a huge difference. In the next attack I will explain how to properly use the freeze spells. Before that, consider subscribing to my channel if this video helped you learn something new about the electro attack strategy. Also leave a like to show your support. The air sweepers are facing these directions in this base. Don't get tricked and attack from any of these two sides, because you will have to face both the sweepers when you reach the center of the base. And we can't afford to use freeze spells for both of them, so what we have to do is attack in a way we only have to face one sweeper, while completely avoiding the other. Now let's start the attack. As usual, we will begin with an electro dragon at one corner and our heroes at the other corner. Make sure to deploy our main army as soon as enough buildings are cleared, because we don't want our heroes to move away too much from the electros. Time it in such a way that our heroes and main army move side by side. This will transfer some heat away from our heroes and they can get more value. Coming back to the sweepers, I know it's not totally possible to avoid both the sweepers in all attacks. But we can avoid one and face the other one with freeze spells, just like we did here. This will reduce the number of freeze spells we have to use on sweepers and use them somewhere else. I would give more freeze spell priority to air defenses, single infernos and the enemy queen. Try to start attacks near the enemy queen if possible, so that we can take her down with the help of warden ability and save a freeze spell. That's why I chose to attack this base from the top instead of the bottom. We will do 2 more attacks in this video, be sure to watch them as you'll gain insights on how to approach different kinds of base designs. It's always a good idea to use a scout balloon in front of our funnel electro dragon to make sure there are no air mines nearby. There is a high chance of encountering air mines early on bases like these, where the defenses are concentrated at a corner. This is a tricky base. I will use my siege machine here to clear this section of the base to funnel my electro dragons to the town hall compartment. I forgot to talk about enemy CC troops. You don't have to worry much about damage troops like super minions because they can be easily taken care of using poison spells. Tanky units like lava hounds can slow down our units a bit, but it's no big deal, just wait for the lava hound to pop and then use the poison spell on the lava pups. By now you have a good understanding of how powerful this strategy is. All you have to do is create a simple funnel, then deploy the main army and use the warden ability early, use the rage spells back to back, and freeze the defenses according to the situation. That's pretty much it. Now let's move on to the next attack. One disadvantage of Raged Electro Dragon attack strategy is that it doesn't work well against spread out bases. Electro Dragons depend on their chain damage ability, which becomes ineffective on anti-electro bases that have buildings placed with 2 tile gaps. But don't worry, I have many other TH11 attacks in my channel that'll help you defeat those bases. Check the description and pinned comment to see those tutorials. Leave your opinions and video ideas in the comments section below and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content. Also leave a like on this video if you learned something new. It'll really help the channel. Now focus on the attack and observe the troop placements.
Every time you come back, it's like falling down these lies again. This feeling that I have deep down inside, I just wanna be the